There's no single thing, place, person, or anything that can motivate you or inspire you to do anything great or anything successful in this life. It has to come from the inside. You have to love it. Today, I just wanted to talk to you guys about mindset. Man, I just got done with my workout, just got done with my intervals, and during these times in any transformation, in any training sequence, you're very much in tune with the mentality or your focus or anything as far as the mindset is concerned. And when you're training through the early stages of just trying to get through soreness, just trying to get through the beginning parts of the reps, all the beginning stages, you start really tapping into certain things mentally and certain things emotionally just to kind of drive inspiration and motivation out of you. And I think that is very important. A lot of things with mindset and a lot of things as far as motivation, a lot of it comes from what you love. There is this myth of discipline or the myth of trying to find this external factor to all of a sudden spark your interest or spark your inspiration or spark your motivation. There's no single thing, place, person, or anything that can motivate you or inspire you to do anything great or anything successful in this life. It has to come from the inside. You have to love it. You have to love the six packs more than the donut, as my mentor, the late Charles Poliquin used to say. You have to love it so undeniably and be obsessive about it. And you don't need to write it down. You don't always need to put a picture up of it, even though vision boards are extremely helpful. But you got to wake up thinking about it. You got to wake up it's the only thing on your mind because it's the only thing you want to accomplish for that day, for that week, for that month, or that time period that you're going to dedicate towards that one particular goal. I guess today is more of just a vlog about just pouring out the mind outside of post-training and trying to give you an idea of what it is that should motivate you. Or, a lot of people always ask me, like, where do you get the motivation? Where do you get the inspiration to train or to get where you want to be? Or, one comment made during one of my training sessions, I don't wear headphones most of the time. I could just train because it's an internal drive. It is a certain vision of focus that far outlasts any kind of song or any kind of podcast or whatever that you may be listening to in the ears. But this internal fire of just, I need to be successful because it's what I want. And I know that instinctually, if I have something in my mind that I want, I'm going to attract it into my life by just thinking about it, being about it, moving towards it with just an undeniable speed or an undeniable force. And a lot of times in my life, everybody always likes to say in certain periods of my life, oh man, you're really just stepping shit. That's not necessarily the case. There's always a thought out plan. There's always a step-by-step approach that I take. Timing sometimes never comes, which is why I most of the time just start and just go and just kind of take the hits as I do. And I make the adjustments because my background's baseball. It's a game of adjustments, and all you're doing is failing. I mean, that's business. That's the best setup, the best MBA you could possibly go through is, sports and high elite level sports. But baseball, very particularly, it's not contact. It's not about being monstrous. It's about being methodical. It's about being obsessive. It's about dealing with failure 70% of your life. No matter what, you should almost assume it's going to happen and relish that 30% that when it doesn't. But knowing how to deal with adversity, deal with failure, make the adjustments, and just continue to move forward is the most important thing. Energy is never lost. It's concurrent. It can actually just transfer. So if energy is in a negative state, you could transfer it to a positive state. If it's going one way or direction and then all of a sudden you want to go another way, just transfer it over. But you gotta love the paths that you're on. You gotta love the end goal. You gotta love it so much you don't need to set the alarm. You don't need all these external factors to kind of motivate you and inspire you. It should come from within. You should want it. And if you don't want it, change it. to figure out what you want to do with your life. Figure out what you're going to do with your life. Sit down in a quiet room and just imagine what your perfect day, perfect life really is. And then once you really want it, I don't care how extraterrestrial it may be, off the grid, people think you're crazy, doesn't matter. Because if it ain't crazy to you, and you believe with every energy and every cell in your body, it's attainable. It's up to you. So figure it out. What do you want out of a transformation? What do you want out of training? What is your intention every day you wake up? You really got to evaluate these foundations before you start anything, and that's the mindset. That is the influence at which your steps are going to be taken each day. You know, I'm ranting right now, but it's coming off of just the thought process over the last hour of just training and letting the endorphins go and getting some of the adrenaline off and releasing great quality brain chemicals. A lot of you can really use that. A lot of you can really train your way into a positive mindset. Change the way you eat, change the way you sleep, change the way you train, change the way you think. Daily affirmations, anything. But once again, it all comes back to the foundational element. You have to love it more than anything else. That's all I got for you.